Okay, good morning, dear students. How are you today? Is everything okay? Did you sleep well? Are you full of energy? Are you ready for the day today? Okay, great. So, last time we were talking about things that we need to do in order to be ready for the lesson, right? Remember, we were discussing that we need to take the notes down and stick the notes to the places where you can see so that you are aware. That means you know that what subjects you will have the next day. Okay? All right, that's good. So today's lesson will be similar to the previous one because we are going to talk about and listen to the audio where people talk about organizing their time in order to be successful at certain subjects. Okay? But before we listen, the first activity that we need to do is it's the pronunciation activity. So I've prepared the chart for you with the 3 columns, and if you see, there is a sound T in the first column, sound D in the second, and ED in the third. Okay? Down here you will see the list of the verbs in their original forms, which is infinitives. Okay? What I would like you to do is to use these verbs in the past simple, okay? And write the last sounds of the verbs in the correct columns. I'll give you example. So the first verb here is need. It's a regular verb, so we add ed at the end. And when we pronounce it, when we say it, it is pronounced like needed. Okay? Needed. So you can hear that the sound at the end is ed. So we put it in the third column. Okay. Now I would just say all these words, you listen to them carefully, and you start writing them down in the proper column. Okay? Let's go now. Started. Again, started. Did you get it? Okay, good. Next word, managed. Managed. Did you hear the sound at the end? Very good. Third word is used. Used. Do you hear the word? The sound? Yes, it's D. Checked. Checked. Which sound is that? That's correct. It's T. Cold. Cold. Which sound is this? T or D? Cold. Yes, it's D. Okay, so we write in the D column. Very good. Stopped. Stopped. Okay. Not difficult one, right? Invented. Listen again. Invented. Invented. Yeah? Is it D or ED? Yes, it's ED because we say invented. All right? Helped. Helped. Do you hear the sound? Helped. Okay, great. Worked. Worked. That's good. Completed. Completed. Is it D? Completed. Tid. So it's id. Completed, right? Okay, you were almost close there. All right. Invited. Invited. Okay, and the last word is happened. Happened. Okay. Now, there is another thing that I would like you to look at. Some words, if you look at them, they pronounce the sound at the end of the word is pronounced as id. there is something common, something connecting all these words. What is this? Should I remind you about the examples? Okay, let's run through the examples again. Manage, complete, invite. What is common amongst these words? If you look at the structure, manage, complete, invite. Look at the endings. Yeah, you see that they end with E. So when we have the word that is ending with E, the sound, and we add D at the end, so it sounds like id, completed, managed, and invited. Okay? Good. Let's continue now. So, after this, we are going to talk about, like I mentioned before, we are going to talk about organizing the time. So let's go back to revision of the previous lesson. Last time we said that we need to make some notes, right? In order to remember what things need to be done. Okay. This time we are going to listen to a track where one student gives an interview on how he became successful and what techniques he used, okay? So, but before that, I would like to ask you a question. Think carefully before you answer. The first question is, how do you organize your time after school? So, like, what do you do after school? How do you organize your time? Do you just come home, have some food, watch TV, take rest, sleep, and then you do the homework, or you just come home and you, for example, have lunch, late lunch, and then you do your homework? And like, is there any way that you do your homework? Okay, if you've got ideas, please share with me, okay? Yes, Alexei. Okay, good. So you do your homework from 7 to 8. That's good. So do you manage to do everything within this hour? Not everything, right? Okay. How about others? Homoyun, what about you? Oh, you spend around 1.5 and 2 hours. Okay, depends on how well you rest time went, right? I mean, if you've taken a good rest. Okay. All right. So isn't important to choose? Now the second question is it important to choose which homework needs to be done first? Is it important? Or you say, oh, you know what? I just do whatever is there, It depends, right? It depends on the number of subjects, okay? And do you look at the timetable? Do you check the timetable? Okay, English is the first, P is the second, third one is humanities, okay, and the fourth one is GP. So, does it matter to you when you need to do the first subject or when it should be the last? It doesn't, right? As long as you do it everything on time, okay? So think about how would you prioritize, how would you put the things in the order, the subjects, okay? Good. After this, we will be looking into vocabulary. Before we listen to the track, we will look into certain vocabulary and I'll give you some words. And I'll give you some synonyms or simple phrases. I'll not give you straight translation because it's very easy, right? So I need you to think and to be able to recognize what words need to be used. Okay? Thank you very much, and I'm waiting for your answers and for your comments. Thank you.